Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be swatching through the new OPI Holiday 2021 collection. I believe that the holiday collections are always limited edition, so if you see something in here you like, you might want to go ahead and get to it sooner than later. So the OPI Holiday 2021 collection has 6 hollows in them, and so that's very exciting. We're going to go ahead and get right into the swatching because there's a lot of polishes to look at here, because besides the 12 main polishes in the collection, I also picked up the 3 glitters. If you're interested in dupes and comparisons, that will be at the end of the video. If you're looking at the runtime of this video, that's because we're talking about dupes and comparisons at the end, so you can see if you already have something similar in your OPI collection. That's what we'll do at the end. But for now, let's go ahead and do the live application of these beautiful holiday shades.
All right, guys, I'm super excited to get into this collection because I loved it. I loved it. Okay, so we're going to start with this. I'm guessing they're going for like a blueberry blurple because it's called All is Berry and Bright. So right away, you're going to notice that all of these polishes have spectacular formulation, meaning they are so easy to work with. If you're a brand that's been around as long as OPI has and you mostly do creams, I mean, your cream formula is going to be amazing. And as you can see right here, that was silky. It didn't run into my cuticles. Absolutely beautiful. So there's All is Berry and Bright. And I'm going to be doing 2 coats of everything today. Big Bow Energy. This is a gorgeous, bright, almost hot pink. This is not, there's no neons in here, but we have a lot of really pigmented, saturated, bright shades. And this one is fantastic if you like pinks. Now, I hypothesized as I was putting this on the first time, oh my gosh, this pink is going to be the most dupable shade in the collection, even more than any reds you could find in here. And you'll have to stick around to the end of the video to see if my hypothesis was correct. But look at that fantastic formula. So this is 2 coats here. Isn't that gorgeous? What a gorgeous pink. That's Big Bow Energy. Okay, LED Marquee is the first of the 6 hollow polishes in this collection. They are all gorgeous jewel tones. So we have the sapphire shade here, and in this polish, you can really see how there are these tiny little flakies in this polish. So it's a speckled holographic in and of itself. The really little teeny small bits are the hollow, and then the bigger ones that are catching the light a little bit there, those aren't holographic from what I can tell. They're like silver micro flakies. So look at that. How gorgeous. I mean, the colors on here, I don't mess with saturation on my photo. That is the color. That's how it looks on my nails. I have macro shots of all of these for you, but to be honest with you, my iPhone was like, ooh, too many speckled things. I don't know about this macro shot. Okay, we have Maraschino Cheery. This is so cute. So, you know, OPI is known for the reds, so I bet you have some in your collection like this, but it is a super juicy, still kind of cool toned, dark red. It is a beautiful jelly formulation. It looks so juicy on the nails. It applies beautifully in 2 coats. If you are an avid nail polish collector, this is maybe one that you could skip. If you already have, you know, a favorite juicy dark red, but we will definitely cover OPI dupes in the tail end of the video, but that's just gorgeous. Okay, this next one is the purple. It's the red toned purple hollow. I'm going to compare this one to Zoya Aurora at the end of the video because I saw a lot of people asking, how does the hollow compare to the Zoya hollows? So I'll have a direct comparison so you can see side by side coming up. But you guys, this is my favorite polish in the whole collection. I love the color. Now I'm going to tell you, I fully recommend all the hollow polishes in this collection. I say go out and get them, but the reason is not because they're spectacularly holographic. The reason is because the colors are so gorgeous, the color choices that they made here. So next up, we're going to move right into the pink hollow. This one is called Mylar Dreams. The purple one was My Color Wheel is Spinning. So the cloud coverage was really inopportune. It's basically been cloudy since I got these in the mail, so I don't have outdoor shots of these to show you, what kind of holographic nature these have, but I will just tell you because it came out today about an hour before I was going to record this narration. Don't purchase these for the holo. But look at that beautiful pigmentation, that coloration. We're going to be moving into a non-holographic polish here. This is OPI Heart to Party. It's just a very, very dark purple that is definitely red leaning. And I have some comparisons for you coming up. But the holographics, I think, are the stars of this collection for sure. If you're an avid collector, you're going to want all of these holographics. I think you're going to be upset if you pass on them. But it's not because they're the best holographics you're ever going to have on your nails, but it is because of the beautiful saturated jewel tones that are just absolutely striking in combination with that holographic pigment. This is beautiful, deep, 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 dark purple. Gorgeous. OPI Heart to Party. Next, we're moving into the red holographic paint, the Tinseltown Red. This is stunning. Again, you have a ruby holographic. This is so holiday. You're really going to feel like celebrating when you have these beautiful shades on your nails. And I believe that these are limited edition colors. So if your heart is calling out to these shades, just go ahead and snag them. I have linked in the description bar below where I went to purchase it. It's not an affiliate link. But just snag them because I really think that you're going to wish that you did. They just have a really beautiful twinkly quality, even though the holographic kapow isn't going to be the best holographic you've ever worn. I would say don't be disappointed if these aren't as holographic as you're hoping them to be. Just buy an indie polish and enjoy an indie holographic component. Indie brands can afford to put a lot more expensive and high quality and quantity of awesome components in their polishes because they're not supporting hundreds of employees. It's a small business and they just cram it full of awesome, awesome stuff. This is not going to have the holographic effect that an indie polish will have, but it is a holographic for OPI, which I feel like is a big deal for collectors. I feel like that's a pretty big deal. And just look at that color. It's fantastic. So that's ready, fet, go. Just take it from me. You're going to wish that you had these. If you pass them up, I think you're going to be a little sad. Ring in the Blue Year is this absolutely stunning blue. This is another favorite out of the collection for sure. How similar is it to Tile Art to Warm Your Heart or Mi Casa Es Blue Casa? You're just going to have to stick around to the dupes and comparisons section and see for yourself. That's why we do that, to satisfy all your curiosities. But look how beautifully it swatches in 2 coats. I was kind of surprised to see this shade in here for holiday because it's such a vibrant shade. But I love it. I'm obsessed. Do you have an awesome blue like this in your collection? I'm also going to compare it to Sally Hansen Pacific Blue. Snow Day in LA. This one was pretty much the only pass for me out of the collection. Although some of the other shades, the non-holographic shades, are things that are definitely dupeable in my collection. This is a frosty, pearly kind of shade. And for me, this is just not something that I really seek out to wear pretty much at any time of the year. And it's the only one that had a little bit of a streaky formula. However, if we want to look on the bright side, the quality of the very, very dense little micro shimmer in here that makes this a frosty polish is not incredibly overpowering. It's like it's a little bit frosty. It's like they took half of a cream formula and half of a frost formula. So if anything, this is like a very moderate frost that you could probably get down with if you like a little bit like frost. Look, even in this picture, you can't even really hardly tell. Turn Bright After Sunset is the final holographic polish in the collection, the final polish in the collection before we get into the 3 extra glitters. And this is a black holographic. As you noticed, most of these holographic shades are just 1-coaters. A lot of the polishes in this collection are just 1-coaters. That's another reason why the holographic quality of these polishes is maybe slightly diminished, is because they made them so fiercely pigmented so that you just really have very little effort with these polishes, but it does kind of layer over the holographic component and make it slightly more difficult to see. There in that black, you can really see it. Okay, we're going to move on to the glitters. Okay, so there are 3. This is Cheers to Many Years. All 3 of these polishes have a holographic component, but it's kind of barely there in 2 out of the 3. So this first one features colors pink, blue, green, and this like very pale ivory glitter there. And the holographic component is like a bigger silver glitter that you really didn't even see come out that much. There's 2 of them right there, but I just brushed them away. It's like a very minor presence. And for me, this glitter was a little bit of a pass. It was just a little bit too one note, and the sizes of glitters weren't varied enough for me. Just for me personally, that one was kind of a pass. This one is the one you need. Confetti Ready. If you love OPI's Teenage Dream, this one is kind of similar to that in that the base smaller glitter is holographic. As you can see, there's a lot more holographic presence in here. It's a lot denser of a glitter because they added all those smaller holographic glitters. It's what they should have done for all 3 glitters, in my opinion. However, it's not the same as Teenage Dream because you have those bigger glitters in there. So you're definitely not just like buying a dupe of it. The bigger glitters are like pale pink, pale blue, and like a pale copper. It's kind of interesting. In any case, if you're going to get any of them, I think that this one is pretty great. It just has that little extra pizzazz and oomph that you're going to want when you're celebrating this holiday. And if you're trying to think of which ones to kick out of what you're going to shop for, my opinion is just get that middle glitter. This one is You Had Me at Confetti. I think of like toy soldiers with this one because it's kind of a rainbow, but a lot of gold in here. And the holographic component is a gold glitter, as you can see. This one's cute, especially over white. It's okay, but still for me, I didn't like it nearly as much as the middle polish, the middle glitter. So that's just my personal opinion. Take it for what you will. You know, I'm here to show you how much glitter is coming off on each pass. And as you can see, plenty came out. So you probably really only need the 1 coat. But this one was another one for me. I was just a little bit like, oh, okay. So anyway, you guys, that is the whole review. I'm so excited to see what you think in the comments.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the first polish in the collection. I didn't put top coat on any of these, so sorry about that, but maybe it'll help see the true color a little bit better anyway. Okay, so we're going to start with All Is Berry and Bright, and I've labeled all of these a little bit so we can at least keep track of where we're at. So as you can see, no exact dupes here. I do have 4 beautiful, very blue toned deep purples, but no exact dupes. I guess I would say this is like the perfect marriage between the mariachi shade and Lost My Bikini. But no exact dupes from my collection of OPI. And keep in mind as we go through this dupes and comparisons that I don't have a fully comprehensive OPI collection. I do have a lot of colors, but you know, this isn't every OPI shade ever. These are the things that looked most similar though. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next purple, and I'm awkwardly holding it against my hand like this because I find that I get the best you know, kind of vision of what the color really looks like, and so it doesn't flash out in any way. So just, if you're not used to my dupes and comparisons, this is just how I do it. Okay, we have OPI Hearts. Apparently I can't talk. Right there in the middle. This is a very deep, as you can see, red toned purple. The 2 on the ends are obviously going more towards berry and not as purple, but they're still in the same realm. I think that those 2 right next to OPI Hearts to Party, is that what it's called, are super, super similar. So if you want a reason not to pick up the one in this collection and you already have one of those, you could definitely get away with pretty much the same look there. So we have Wanna Wrap and we have Oh Susie Mio. Okay, moving on to the blue. Look at this gorgeous palette of blues. So I do have quite a few similar things here. I didn't feel any exact dupes from OPI. I do have it right next to Sally Hansen Pacific Blue because I knew that I would have questions on how similar it is. As you can see, Pacific Blue has a lot more white in it. It almost always does whenever it's next to anything. It just looks whiter and brighter than everything else. Okay, Tile Art. The rest of the ones are from OPI. So you have Tile Art there. It's pretty similar. My Pal Joey is on the side, a little bit too warm toned. Pacific Blue is also a little bit cooler even. It has like a tiny bit dab more purple. And then Mi Casa as Blue Casa is a little darker. So all really, really similar. No exact dupes, but could you probably get away with the same look? Yes. But my gosh, Ring in the Blue Year has such a fantastic formula. Okay, we're gonna move on to this wall of awesome pinks. Look at all of these gorgeous pinks that OPI has to offer for you. Are there any exact dupes? Well, I mean, Big Bow does look really similar to No Turning Back from Pink Street. I would say those are exact dupes. Hey Baby is also really, really similar. Mad for, I think it's Mad for Madness Sake. On this side, we're getting a little bit more punchy on the side of Toying and Mad for Madness Sake. They're getting like slightly more toward Fruit Punch, aka, sorry when it flashes out like that when I'm looking down at it. AKA it has like a little bit more warmth in it, so you want to pick maybe the ones on this side, including Susie Has a Sweet Tooth. Those three right there, Big Bow Energy, No Turning Back from Pink Street, and Susie Has a Sweet Tooth are so similar. And also Hey Baby, because you're looking for a really bright pink that has a lot of blue in it. But all of these are so similar, you guys. I just thought it was funny. I love the dupes and comparisons portion because I love proving my suspicions wrong that something will be an exact dupe. I super love that. In this case, all of these things were pretty close and only maybe one exact dupe there. But the other reason I love dupes and comparisons is because I pull out a whole bunch of older polishes that I haven't thought about for a while. That's one of my favorite things too. So have you thought about some of these shades in a while? Maybe you should pull them out of your collection. Okay, so second to last here, we're gonna look at Maraschino Cheery in the middle. It's very similar to Can't Read Without My Lipstick, although that's a lot, not a lot, that's a little bit darker. And then In a Holidays is pretty close too, but it's it's less opaque. So if you did 3 coats of that, that's 2 coats of each of those. If you did 3 coats, it would probably look the same. So, I mean, no exact dupes here, but some similar things that you could pull out of your stash. And then here we have the requested comparison with the Zoya scattered holographic finish. So you have my color wheel in the middle. That is 1 coat. Let me center that a little bit better. That is 1 coat. See what I was talking about pigmentation and just the rich saturation of color. So it's right next to Aurora. On the one side where it says A1, that's 1 coat of Aurora. On the other side, that's 2 coats of Aurora. Let me just show you. This is 2 coats. As you can see there when I moved my hand. And then 1 coat is like practically opaque. So here is 1 coat. Whoop, sorry, it's backwards for me as I'm looking at the camera. There is 1 coat of Aurora. So as you can see, it has a larger micro flaky. They're both micro flakies. My color wheel, the holographic, is such a small micro flaky. It's practically not. But as you can see from this comparison, the Aurora holographic does look really different because it has a greater disbursement and it has a larger particle size. So it just gives a different kind of finish. So if you are a person who is curious about that, that gives you the comparison there. Sorry, sometimes I just have such a hard time centering it because I work in mirrored mode, so it's backwards. I hope you found this helpful. I don't have comparisons for the rest of the hollows because there's just no other OPI hollows like it. So in any case, that's the end of our dupes and comparisons portion. Alright guys, so those were all of the polishes in the holiday collection. I did purchase the collection at polishpick.com. That link will be down in the description bar below for you. I just like to put that down there so you can go shop for these at a budget-friendly place like I did. And let me know in the comments below which ones are your favorites. Are you picking up all these hollows? Let me know. I hope you had some fun hanging out with me today and that you found this informative. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I appreciate that. I'll see you guys back for another live application review very soon. Bye!